Very nice, folks. Here we go. One more like that, please. That's it. Stay right there. One more.
Oh, sorry about that.
Suck in my gut. Hurry up.
It's right inside.
Mark, welcome back to Las Vegas.
Bill, hold it.
Welcome back to Las
What's
Vegas,
up, gentlemen?
Mark.
There. How you
Hey,
doing?
Mark.
I'm good.
All
I
right.
do one with the shades on, so you know.
It's fine. Great
my-
seeing
my
you
Hawaii
again.
5-0 look.
Look sharp. Yes, nice. Like that right there. One more time.
That's cool. Thank you.
Excellent.
All right.
Very good. Thank you.
How y'all doing?
Good.
Come on out. Don't be scared. What's going on, guys?
Good.
How are you doing?
Great.
You look great.
Thank you.
You're Raider Black.
Raider Black.
Even in the sun, even in this heat.
I know. Well, I came just the hotel. Now that I'm outside, it's a little hot. Yeah. We're used to it.
Is everybody good?
Everybody ready?
This town has been used as a pond before by other sports teams. Why?
Full board. I told Governor Sandoval, I told Mayor Goodman, I've told the Transportation Committee and everybody else that this is not a bond in a game, that we are serious, and if they can come through with what they're talking about doing, then we will become the Raiders of Las Vegas.
When you look around at Las Vegas, why is this?
We're doing some studies on that, but it's always been a city that's always intrigued my family. My father, for many, many years, loved coming to Las Vegas. Every 5th birthday party that he'd have, he'd bring the whole team down and have parties here. David Hum lives here. He's part of our family. Napoleon McCallum, obviously, has been down here for a while. And I've said it before, it's a virgin city in a way, for at least pro sports. And I think it's a challenge for the Raiders and something that we'd like to attack, and think that we could make a great marriage with the city of Las Vegas and the Raiders in the state of Nevada.
Mark, a couple of former Raiders have said, hey, we're going to put together a funding plan and keep it in Oakland, and I don't know what the city has planned there, but if at this late date also the city comes forward and says, Mark, we're doing this, we're going to build you a stadium, would you then turn your back on Vegas?
No, I would not, and I've made that clear. Right now, we're focused on Las Vegas. If Vegas can come through with what we're talking about, then we'll be the Raiders of Las Vegas. Ronnie Lott and that group are great people. Love those guys. If they can come up with something good for them, but right now we're focused here. That's what we're going to do.
The funding plan is favorable. You like what's kind of happening there?
Yeah, I do. And we'll see. That's a legislative type of thing. And I'm not good with politics, so I'm not sure how that works. But I think everybody understands what the potential of the Raiders coming here is, and the things that we can bring to the community, the players, hitting the schools, the charities, the foundations that they do, bringing the community together. It's a little different thing than I think. Both things, the conventions and all of that, are very, very important to this city economically and everything else. But I think what a team brings is something that's here 24/7, 365 days a year, and it brings pride and everything else to a community. And I think that could be something that could be very valuable.
Since you were last year, a lot of these owners are now saying, Jones and Belichick are saying, hey, we support Vegas. Some of the guys in here. I mean, it's not a battle, is it, going against these owners anymore?
Well, again, I think we've got to give them an offer they can't refuse, and that's something that I think that we're working towards. I don't want to predict what anybody's going to say or do. We haven't heard no yet, and I think if we can come through with the package that they're talking about here, I think we'll be arguing. So,
Do you get the feeling there's a lot of momentum in Vegas and Nevada behind this, and there's a real push to bring the Raiders here? I mean, you feel good about that?
We're seeing that, but again, we're doing the studies in the community to see if there's the wherewithal to get a stadium full, because we want to make it a local type of thing. We're not really counting on people flying in from Oakland or Los Angeles, driving in from Los Angeles. That might sound good and everything, but to do that 10 times a year for the next 10, 20, 30 years, I don't know whether that's the way to go. I think to build the local market is the most important thing, and that's what we're looking to do.
You've had a chance, you've spent a lot of time in Vegas this summer. You've been here, 3 or 4 times at least now, right?
Yeah.
What do you feel about the city the more you visit?
Well, I like it. Great dining, number one. That's great. The people have been great, and we'll see.
It is an area of about 2 million people now. That's why I hear the sustainability question. You would think an NFL franchise, especially one like the Raiders, would have no problem being successful here. Have you heard that opinion?
I've heard that opinion, yeah. And I ask everybody that I meet. So, any of that nature, then we will make sure that we get a stadium built here that everybody will be proud of. It'll be world class, and so.
So do you think the public funding needs to be that 750?
Yes,
There's no way to lower that?
Yeah, I do.
Mark, does it have to be in those locations that you're talking about? Have you been out to Henderson or to Summerlin?
Right now we're site agnostic, and that's something that we'll look at. I think the main thing is finding out if the public contribution is going to be there. If that is, then we'll make sure that we get the greatest spot that works for everybody in the city.
Mark, if you do move, how do you say goodbye to the fans of Oakland?
Say goodbye to the fans.
Of Oakland?
Well, we'll give them an opportunity to buy season tickets in Las Vegas, but at the same time, they are the greatest fans in the world. The Raider Nation is the greatest in the world. And this is nothing against them in the moving thing. It's a very tough political process up there. Even if the people up there, the politicians wanted to get something done, they've made it tough on themselves with the Oakland A's and the 10-year lease in the Oakland Coliseum. And it's just a tough thing. It's a city and a county and all of that. But I think the fans understand that, 90% of them. It's not been a scorched earth type of a process up there. It's been really wide open. We've been transparent in everything we do, and we're going to continue to be that way. And I think it'll be all right.
You got some former Raiders here, and I'm sure you talked to former Raiders players. How do they feel about potential move out of Oakland?
They want a home. Again, they're all most of them are been in Oakland. A lot of them are just LA Raiders,
Right.
And so there's two different batches of players, but all of us want to have a home. We want something proud of that we can take in the future for the rest of our lives, and continue to and then concentrate on football, because we got a good young football team right now that's going to be pretty darn good, and I'd like to get them some type of continuity as well.
Is that the best you've felt about your football team in maybe 10 years or so?
Well, we're undefeated right now, so that's why I feel good about it. But we'll see. You know, you got to go out and do it on Sundays, and that's what it's all about.
You're going to feel optimistic about that timetable? If the legislature approves this, you're going to be playing here in 5 years or whatever?
Well, I hope sooner than that. Yeah.
Awesome.
Strictly to the foundation to help the needy,
We lost
former
because,
NFL heroes.
We agreed to
I think that's what people don't realize is back in the day. I was going to ask you about the Raiders possibly coming to Las Vegas. I mean, everybody here in Las Vegas said, "Oh man, Las Vegas Raiders would be terrific." What about your thought on that?
I hope it happens. To have a state-of-the-art stadium in the entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas, it's a hand-in-hand thing, and I don't see why it wouldn't work. And if they have the money, which Las Vegas has the money, they'll get it done. And I think we'll have a strong fan base here in Las Vegas, and the Raider Nation travels. So it's a win-win situation. So I hope so. I hope to be moving to Las Vegas because of when they become the Las Vegas Raiders.
Really? You'd move here?
Without a doubt.
Oh, very good. Okay. Hey, thanks so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
No, to overcome that, he's done pretty well right there.
Cliff actually said recently that he's okay if the Raiders move to Vegas. How do you feel about Vegas as an NFL city?
I have no problem with it. I mean, then again, I have nothing to do with it. But I would think it would all come down to whether they could draw here, and I'm assuming they could. I don't see why they wouldn't. I mean, I think it would be great. I mean, I think Vegas is a great place. You know, people want to. You say Las Vegas, you say, oh, gambling. No. Las Vegas is a city. It's a great city. But then when you go there, you have an opportunity to gamble or not gamble. Nobody forces you to do anything in life. It's a choice you make. So if you, I came here a lot when I was young, and I went home poor. And I came here a lot when I got money, and I'm never going home poor, because you learn. You know, wisdom's not wasted on the young. I got old, I got smart, but I love it. I mean, I used to come. I've seen some of the greatest shows. I've seen Sinatra, Dean Martin, Jerry Lewis, all. Seen them all, but I mean, it's fun. It's been a great time for me. One of my big things in my whole life, I couldn't wait to go to Vegas after the season was over. We used to go to the Pro Bowl all now, and then go to Vegas. When I came back to Chicago, I didn't have any money. Okay, that's all right. I had fun.
What do you think about the idea that if a team was here, players would be exposed to all that fun all the time?
Again, it's about a choice you make. The individual has got to understand. You know, they can find gambling in every city in America, Chicago, New York, Philadelphia, Denver, anywhere. And they can find places to get in trouble in any city in America. So I would think nothing would be any different.